I'm very excited to have my next guest join us. She's a very talented singer and songwriter, performer, Zara Larsson.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
So great to see you again.
Good to see you again.
It's been so long.
I know, after
number
all
of
these
years. It's been a while.
Yeah.
What you been up to?
What have I been up to? I've released an album since we last saw each other. I have been just recently released my single Can't Tame Her, which is very exciting. So I'm currently like working on that, doing promo for that, and
Let me stop you right
yeah,
here.
yeah.
You've been causing a ruckus is what I wanted to get to.
Oh, is it? Okay, all right, let's go.
This is literally a month after all the hubbub that you've
Yeah.
made all over the headlines internationally with the movie thing
Oh my
and
gosh.
talking and things like that.
How funny that that became such a big thing.
We need to talk about this. I'm about to go to a movie, and it made me think, like, people say, oh, if you want to talk during a movie, you shouldn't go to the cinema. Lies. If you don't want to hear people talking during a movie, you shouldn't go to the cinema.
I just posted a little silly TikTok. It took me like 20 seconds to record, and I just felt like we should be more engaging in the cinema. We should all like have a good like party in there. And
Do you really believe that though? Because there are certain shows or movies where there's intense talking or ASMR type of dialogue where it's like, you know.
I think there's a place and a time for everything. I do think people forget that I'm actually very rarely like that serious online. I do speak about serious topics from time to time, but as a person, like I'm very unserious. But karma came and get me. It came and got me the day after I posted that, because me and my friend went to the movies, and then two people right in our the row behind us, they were taking calls. They were like texting with the sound on. It just went off, and they were just talking about like the day really loudly. And I've actually never experienced that when someone is just like
Just so free and vocal.
Yeah, like talking about something completely different. And I've never done that myself either. Like I've actually never interrupted anyone. But I do think that people should engage a lot more. And I think I also come from maybe a culture like in Sweden where you don't really do that. And I think that is a fun thing about going to the movies here in America. People are a bit more engaging. They
clap, they cheer,
they laugh, they scream when it's scary. It's like it's a social thing, and I do stand on that. But then, of course, you shouldn't be disrespectful. But yeah, I never thought it would be like that big of a thing.
Your PR team has taught you well.
Right?
You're saying all the right things right now.
No, but it's true though. It's true.
Like
but
if
it did
you
make
were-
me think like, man, I really learned that, you know, people, sometimes I forget that things that you put online doesn't only reach my little like bubble of fans who know me as a person and who know who I am. It travels to other corners of the internet where people don't really know me and like who I am as a person. So I'm gonna be a little bit more literal maybe in the future. You know what I mean?
Sarcasm warning
Yeah, kind of.
throughout the whole video.
So I think I learned a little good lesson. Yeah.
Well, this isn't the first time you've caused trouble. You did the whole
No.
condom thing with the guys a number of years ago.
I'm calm with that. I think causing a debate or whatever it is, I don't even try to. Sometimes it just happens, and it is what it is. Yeah.
I like that about you. I
Yeah.
think that's what your fans appreciate about
Yeah.
you as well.
Yeah.
Can't Tame Her is so representative of who you are.
I think so, yeah. I think it's about going out. I mean, the song is about, you know, like I say in the chorus, you want to party all night, but I do think it's about more than that. It's about being free and unapologetic and like being true to yourself and to not let anyone stop you from doing that. So that's the energy we want to have.
You mentioned at one point that as your career has progressed, you are definitely having more of a hand in the music, in particular songwriting, and more of the lyricism. Do you think you picked that up over the course of the last 3 years as well? Did you start writing poetry and lyrics?
Not really. I think it's just me growing older and also having the purpose in music of it being a little bit more personal, and it just feels good knowing that the songs you sing on stage was made by me and like together with other people. I think it's just a natural progression into really finding like an interest and getting deeper into that and what you're doing, because I started out just wanting to like be a performer, like an entertainer, and then obviously like songwriting is such a big part of music. Like, what are you going to do if you don't have a song written? Like, you can't perform anything. So it was just a very natural kind of slide into that. And I'm not the type of artist who has to write every single song that I release. If somebody gives me a song and it's amazing, like, I will take it. But I do think it's definitely powerful to write something when you have something to say, and then seeing other people sing along to those words.
How many songs have you written over the course of, let's say, 3 years then? Because you had more time to yourself.
Yeah, many actually. And it's so sad to think about all the songs that will never hear, get out there, and they will stay on a SoundCloud link or like a private, Dropbox, or in the iTunes library. But I think all those songs also, like you say, you write a lot, and the more you write, I think the better you get. So that song that might not come out that I did 3 years ago, or that song 2 years ago, it maybe put me or made me a better writer, so I can write the next song that will come out.
Songwriting is not something you just watch on YouTube and learn. It's something that
you have
refinement,
to totally,
right?
Yeah, totally. And I spoke to my best friend a lot about this, who is so talented, and she's absolutely incredible, but she's such a perfectionist, and she's like, oh, I would, she would love to be a songwriter, and she wants her first song that she's ever written to be like the best song in the world. And unfortunately, with a lot of creative stuff, that's just not really how it works. Like, you need to be okay with not being amazing at first, and then you get to know yourself, and you get to know even just the style of writing, or what you like and what you don't like, and practice makes perfect, like with everything else in life. But specifically also, I think you can be extra hard on yourself when it comes to creative stuff, because there's no real measurement for that. So I think it's really easy to be very hard on yourself with that, because nothing will ever really be perfect, or nothing will ever be objectively the best song in the world. But the more you do it, definitely the easier it will come to you, at least.
Everyone always says you have to be vulnerable in your music. You have to share your soul, bare your soul in the whole process of it all.
I don't really agree with that.
I was about to ask, is that what you're learning?
I don't agree with that. I think there's definitely a sense of relatability, maybe, or like sometimes music could just be a form of escape. Let's say you're, over the past couple of years when we've been in a pandemic, and you're like, I want to be in a mind space right now of just like having fun. I don't think Can't Tame Her is specifically vulnerable. I think it's about an equal important part in your life, which is to be yourself, to be free, to have fun, to go out, to do what you want. And that's not really, like, here's my soul. Exactly. But I do think it really is an equal important thing. And then in my upcoming project, I will definitely have songs that are a lot more emotional and personal, and bearing, but I don't feel like it's always necessary. I think every song have its purpose, and I don't think either of these purposes are more equal. I mean, more
valid, or
I think it depends on what the purpose is. If it's serving a purpose, I think that's great. Like, sometimes I just want to dance and have fun, and you can't always be sad, you know, but sometimes I just want to listen to a song that relates to my emotions, and I might not be the happiest girl in the world. Sometimes I want to get to know a person that I'm listening to, or I want the person to tell me a story of whatever it might be that they're going through, so I don't feel alone. Like, there's so many different things that music can bring to you, I think. And I do feel like the upcoming album will have a really fun mix of all of that, which is just life.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes we're happy, sometimes we're angry, sometimes we're sad, and it will be kind of a song for all of that.
Are there songwriters that you really admire, that you've been kind of studying?
I have been really excited to work with Rick Nowels on a lot of my songs on the album. He's
legendary veteran.
Legendary, yeah. He just got indicted to the Songwriting Hall of Fame last year. And also Danger, the producer. But like Rick has really, we've just been working like one-on-one or with one other writer a lot. And that have pushed me a lot to be a better writer. So I'm very excited for people to hear what we have created.
Were you scared to work with him? Because he's worked with a lot of big names, right? And written tons of number one hits, Grammy Award-winning hits.
I wasn't scared, but when I met him, I was like, do we vibe? Do we vibe? I don't know. But the more I worked with him, the more I'm like, oh my God, I love him. Like, I'm obsessed with him. I just love his personality. I love the way he works. I love that he takes his craft so seriously, but he's still so, like, he's been doing this for a long time, and he's still so excited to go to work. Like, this is his passion.
Yeah. And
you see this when you work with him, and it's very inspiring to just see how, you know, you go to work every day and you are, I hope I'm going to feel that way, you know, when I'm in my 60s about music, of just, this is what I love doing.
When we last spoke, you were 20, and you're talking about getting older. So you're 25 now.
I know.
I hate to bring that up, but how do you feel? How do you look at yourself when we first met and to now?
I mean, wow, 20, I wish I could be 20 again. In a way, I feel like I wish I could be 16 again and just have everything in front of you, because now I'm like, wow, I'm really grown. Like, that's crazy. And I'm starting to think of myself in, I mean, you know what? At the same time, it's still the exact same thing that I'm doing, and also in a way, it's probably gonna be the exact same thing that I'm doing for as long as I want to. You know, if you would have asked 16-year-old me, like, where do you see yourself when you're 25? I would have been like, I'm doing stadiums, like, I'm gonna be and you know, there's a couple of years till we're there, but I think also I realized at 25, it's not that old still. You know, I'm still young and I'm having fun. But yeah, like I said, I have so many big goals and dreams. Like, my biggest goal is still to have like a stadium world tour, and that's just still where I want to go. And I think I have to, like, I think you should say that loudly and just, I don't know, manifest or whatever it is.
Right.
And not be ashamed of like having really big dreams and goals.
No one should ever.
Yeah, no, I think like put it out there and then just keep working for it. That's just what I'm going to do. And if it takes like 10 more years or 20 more years, like, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I think that's one of the fun parts about it, is like having a goal to strive for, like somewhere to be, something to be excited about still.
Right.
So, yeah, I just want to do exactly what I'm doing, but on
a bigger scale.
Yeah, just keep going to work, and like keep going to the studio and keep going to the stage.
Yep.
And then maybe just have like a bigger audience in front of me. But as long as I have a microphone in my hand, like I love it.
You know, I'm going to be rooting for you every step of the way.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you taking the time to chat and catch up here.
Yeah.
And I know we can't talk much, but there's more music on the way.
Absolutely.
And maybe by the end of the year.
Yeah,
sooner
for
than
sure.
that.
Absolutely, for sure. This year, album, promise.
All right.
Yeah.
We've got multiple cameras catching that. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for
thank you.
doing this. Great to see you again.
Good to see you.
It's
Thank
Zara
you.
Larsson right here on B-Sides.